Hello, Facebook fans, YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon. We're talking Hamvention 2025. For today's special guests, we have Brian, the General Chairman of Hamvention, along with Michael, WHCI. Hi, guys.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Tim. Good to be here.
It's great to have both of you here, hopefully well rested from the holiday weekend. How did Hamvention 2025 go? Everybody is on pins and needles. What did the attendance look like?
Brian, go ahead.
The attendance this year was 36,814.
That's right.
Yeah. 36,814. Brian, you got to feel very good about that number. And how about that weather?
I feel fabulous about the number. I believe the weather was very hard fought, but we can't tell you how we did it.
Yeah, that was great. And I know there were so many things behind the scenes. Michael, how did Hamvention go as far as what you saw?
Well, I thought it was a spectacular event, and I thought that the spirit of the people there, everybody, I mean, somebody would bump into somebody, they would say, "Excuse me." I mean, it's very polite. And as somebody who usually sees all the, what you would call the underbelly of Hamvention, we really didn't have hardly anything. And I do want to say, with that really bad weather that was looming on Friday night, we sent out to all the campers. We sent information to all the campers to let them know what was coming, as well as in the flea market. And I got to compliment everybody, absolutely batten down the hatches. And then next morning, it started great. But during the storm, I think I stayed there on site. And highest wind gust we got was like 33 miles an hour, sustained for about 20 seconds. And didn't get the heavy rains or anything like that. And it was really miraculous that we had such a limited effect from that storm. The county below us, Clinton County, got 90-mile-an-hour winds, and there was a lot of damage around us. It was as though the clouds parted ways.
Yeah, so you got to feel really good about the weather overall during Hamvention this year, and to have over 36,000 attend, that is just great. Brian, I thought the food was outstanding this year. You did a great job with all the food vendors.
Well, I have to give props to the Greene County Fair Board and all of their employees. They choose the vendors and then allow us the opportunity to say yay or nay. And we had all yays this year. It really was a great and wide variety of food.
Yeah.
We also emphasize to all the vendors, the food vendors, please don't be gouging our customers. And for example, we have a cap on water, and a bottle of water can't run more than $2, which I think is generous anyway. But if they are caught doing that, they've been warned they will be immediately shut down and then have to leave. But we didn't have any of those problems. All we had was compliments on how good the food smelled and tasted.
Well, you know, and not to be outdone, Brian, by this over 700 volunteers that you and the rest of the committee chairs helped work along. I mean, over 700. How do you do that, Brian?
It is a lot of careful guidance. Most importantly, it's following the Hamvention plan. This show has been going on for a very long time. A lot of wise people before me have established improving the show one step at a time. And that allows us to find little things here and there and maintain parity throughout the show, but also continue to make improvements every year. Small baby steps forward, and eventually what you end up with is a show the size of Hamvention, with the quality of Hamvention and the quality of the people involved.
It was really, really special just how well the volunteers all worked together and truly we're on, focused on a customer experience. Michael, I know you spent a lot of time preparing the flea market. How do you think the flea market went?
Well, I do want to emphasize that, yeah, a lot of us spent a lot of time doing things. And I started there maybe almost a week early, cutting the grass. It hadn't been cut, I don't know, at all this year. But we made it so it was almost like carpeting. We cut it shorter than it's ever been cut in there before. We rolled it. We chewed up the asphalt that was there and then flattened that down. So hopefully our guest would have had an easier time of it. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on tractors and mowers and things in between all the other activities. But it was fine. I mean, that's what we do. It's a labor of love to maintain and present Hamvention. And it sure wasn't just me. I know Brian spent a lot of time out there too, and he was with, and we all did. So yeah. We just can't thank the volunteers enough, and our guests. The vendors, people like you. Your booth was just spectacular, and many of the booths were excellent, I thought. And we had really good coverage this year of Hamvention on the news reports locally. And also, I would say that I've watched a lot of the YouTubers that present different views of Hamvention, and it was all very positive, I thought. And yeah, people, it's okay to be critical because that's how we learn. Remember Tim, us talking about the first year here and all the mud and the commemorative mud, and everybody was all upset. But it's basically take a slamming and you keep.
No, that's very true. And you got to feel great about the economic impact to the Xenia area and Greene County. $30 million worth of economic impact. So it's, and Brian, you had a free day of school. All the kids at Xenia got the day off on Friday, and so you could have buses that helped out at Hamvention. And I got to tell you, those buses were moving the traffic. I didn't hear one bad story about traffic this year, Brian.
Our traffic management team really had brought their A game this year in having fallback plans, because there will always be hiccups here and there. Lots of people from out of town driving on unfamiliar roads, but a lot of planning, a lot of signage,
good talking,
and a really strong talk-in crew, I believe, helped with that tremendously. And I want to lament here for a moment that I wish Hamvention had been in Greene County back in the 90s, and then I would have had Friday off of school for Hamvention. I was born and raised here in the Xenia area, so this show has been very special to me.
Yeah.
Let me quickly mention the thing about Brian. When he was a little boy, he wasn't quite a ham yet, and I knew his parents, and they were over at my house, and he wrote me a letter, and he wasn't very old yet. I don't think he's maybe 11 or 12 years old, and he wrote me a letter and said, someday I really want to make sure I got my amateur radio license and work at Hamvention. And here he is. Boy, that's a great story for Brian.
Yeah, leading Hamvention, and it's a 2-year deal. We know, Brian, that this was exciting, and I'm glad, Brian, you brought up Talk-In, because I got to listen to Talk-In this year for the first time in a long time. And man, were they busy and helping out everybody that they could. But it was a busy deal. And I stopped in to thank the Talk-In folks a couple of times in between some of the forums there in room 1. So just really a good team. I do want to go over to the chat room real quick, guys. We got Dennis Ray says, how much does a 100-foot roll of RG8U cost now? And the best way to find out is right on our website. You just search DX Engineering RG8U, or you can call in and one of the guys will help you out with that. Jose is on from Mexico, X-Ray Echo 2 Zulu Zulu. And we're looking for call signs here. We got Mike Cawley from down at Hamvention. Congratulations. And from Texas, it's K5TGS, who is part of the DX Engineering team here. Michael has been such a champion for Hamvention over the many years, and DX Engineering, always a proud sponsor. And W3MLJ from just north of Pittsburgh. Good afternoon, guys. Another great Hamvention. Was nice to see everyone. And Michael, of course, is W4ORL and offering congratulations from Hamvention. And we got Dan, WA4 Mike Oscar Mike, is on with us. Hello and good afternoon. Tim Michael Bryan, had a great time. Glad to see you again, Tim, and pleased to meet Jeff, KB8ZWT, for the first time. And Dan, thanks so much for stopping by. We've got Donnie is on. KK4 Echo Kilo Kilo. Great video. I love knowing what went on. People like me get to see everything. Thank you so much. Our friend Jimmy, Kilo Bravo 8 November, Mobile somewhere and doing great things. And Jimmy was the brains behind the radio install in the DX Engineering Summit Racing Gladiator. Jimmy, looking sharp, looking good. Dave, where was Hamvention? Hamvention was in Xenia, Ohio, about 10 days ago. And David, you need to come next year. What do you think, Brian? People need to start making plans for next year.
Well, thankfully, the plans for 2026 have already begun. As I said before, we have a process, and the process begins by evaluating how we feel about the different aspects of the show this year and what can we improve for next year. So I guarantee you we'll all be working hard to make next year better than this year.
Yeah, that is a great commitment from the Dayton Amateur Radio Association and all the volunteers involved. I do want to call out, that's David, Kilo India 7, Kilo Papa Bravo. He's in Anchorage, Alaska. Reinhard, great to see you. Was again nice to be in Xenia. And Daryl from Kentucky, Kilo November 4 Zulu India Radio. Wish I could have made it. Daryl, you can make plans for 2026. Rodney, Kilo Juliet 5 Fox Whiskey Charlie. Glad everyone had a great Hamvention. Hope to make it next year. Let's see here. Looking for call signs. We got Bill Fisher, W4 Golf Radio Whiskey. Had a blast at Contest University in Hamvention. And Bill is from Charlotte, North Carolina. And also, we've got another from Louisiana. It's Kilo India 5, Uniform Tango Sierra. Hope to make it one year. It's a long drive from Louisiana. Michael, I know that you are deeply thinking about ways to make even a better Hamvention experience with people in the future. What sticks in your mind as something you might like to improve upon for next year?
Well, I think we want to continue to improve upon making sure people know where to stay, good hotels, and we work a lot with the Greene County Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they are wonderful to contact. We especially want to reach out more to our international friends and make sure that they have a good experience, and we're continuing to always upgrade our reach to them. And then, continue to have the fairgrounds look good, be sharp, the campgrounds look good. And, there's little things that we can improve on, but it's just such a fantastic event. And I do want to take the time to remind everybody, it's all volunteers, from Brian, myself, everyone else on the board. right down to every volunteer. Nobody gets paid. And this is a labor of love. So, yeah, were mistakes made? Yeah, probably. But the thing of it is, this club is doing the very best they can to present a 5-star quality show for amateur radio. So, yeah, we'll just keep improving, like Brian says.
Yeah, I think anybody who has been to Xenia since you guys moved there has seen the improvements and has experienced the improvements. And so looking forward to 2026, do want to give a shout out to Whiskey Bravo 5 Echo Victor Oscar. Paul is on from my old hometown of Edmond, Oklahoma. And Paul, we'll see you for Ham Holiday in July coming up. And we'll have some of the Ham Holiday guys on here later on this summer. Well, Brian, Michael, job well done. Hamvention 2025 in the books, almost 37,000 attendees. That's happy ham radio guys, happy for amateur radio, a pillar of what's going on in this great hobby. Brian, thank you so much for your leadership.
Tim, thank you so much for having us on the show and allowing us to express our excitement about the show this year. And everyone continue on for the love of radio.
There you go. Michael, thanks for all you do, and we'll have you on again soon.
Good. 7-3.
73 from DX Engineering. We'll see you next time.